My dream is to make it to the MLB and be known as one of the greatest Puerto Rican baseball players of all time. So I asked my dad if he could teach me how to play baseball, and he's been wanting for me to play baseball in a long time. So I got this good book about mentality for Christmas, and I'm starting to read it.
We try to cover all the bases, and again, it feels like a lot, but I think that's what it will make a great person overall, and not only just a player.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of the All Dream Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Haas, and today we have a very special guest. His name is Harold Ramirez Jr., and he's a baseball player, and he's a very, very good baseball player. We found him on Instagram, and he has these training videos where I don't even know how old he is, but he's doing like really, really high skill level training. And he has his, some of his highlights on his Instagram. His Instagram is awesome. And we're going to talk to Harold and his mother and father today in this episode of the All Dream Sports Podcast. And I want to learn what it takes to be a baseball player in 2025. So let's bring him up right now, and we're going to talk to him and learn his story. What's going on, man? How are you?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
You're good. Oh, man, I'm great, man. I'm great. Thanks for asking. So I've been trying to get this interview. I've been trying to talk to you for a long time, but, every single time I see you on Instagram, you're training.
Yep.
You're training. So you have a little bit of time. So what I want to do is I want to start with, in this segment, because this is the We All Have Dreams segment, okay? We talk to you about your dreams, the things that you want to do. What are you trying to accomplish? Why are you doing all of this training? Okay? We're going to ask you all of these things, okay? So first off, my first question is, who are you? Tell the world who you are.
I am Harold Ramirez. I play baseball. My dream is to make it to the MLB and be known as one of the greatest Puerto Rican baseball players of all time.
Wow. Okay. So your heritage, you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11 years old.
Yep.
Okay. So you want to go to, your dreams is to go to the major leagues.
Yep.
Okay. What position do you play?
Primarily shortstop.
Primarily shortstop. All right. Let's start right there with shortstop. Your top shortstops that you love from the major leagues, any era.
So I would say Francisco Lindor is probably my favorite. I just love how he works his glove and his IQ.
Mm-hmm.
He just leads everything. Mm-hmm. His nickname is Mr. Small, something I want to accomplish. Mm-hmm. Be able to know that as a positive attitude, something I want to accomplish.
Okay. And okay, so he's your top.
Yeah.
Okay, give me another one. Who's your second?
Derek Jeter, because he's the captain, so okay. I have to put him there. Like, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be like him. Everyone wants to lead just like him. He wasn't the greatest, but he knew how to lead everything.
Absolutely. And your third, if you had one more pick for your third, who would it be?
I would say this was just because he's like a cool guy to just watch his highlights. I would say Juan Franco, because he was just so flashy with the glove. It was fun to watch.
Okay. And all of these three guys, are you taking inspiration from them and implementing that inspiration into your game?
Yep.
Okay. So let's just say Derek Jeter. Are you taking his leadership skills?
I'm trying to implement them into my game.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been playing baseball for?
Roughly about 4 to 3 years.
Okay. And what made you start wanting to play baseball? Because I've seen a picture on your Instagram. You were playing soccer.
So I moved into a new neighborhood where all the kids played baseball and I was a soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids were playing outside and I was scared to play with them. So I asked my dad if he could teach me how to play baseball. And he'd been wanting for me to play baseball in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just started like practicing with him and just fell in love with the game.
Oh, okay. So did you fall in love with the game right away? Or how long did it take you to really say, man, I might want to pursue baseball?
Probably after the first season I played in 7U rec ball.
Okay, okay, okay. And you love it.
Yeah.
You love it. You love it. Okay. And have you played any other positions?
Yeah.
Okay. And what other positions have you played?
I played center field, the rest of the infield, but first base, catcher as a sub, left
Mm-hmm.
field, right field, just all of them but first base and catcher.
Okay. And if you was to describe your game as a player, how would you describe it? So let's talk about on the defensive side first, and then let's talk about on as a batter.
As a defensive player, I would say I'm a above average defender. I
Mm-hmm.
I go for every ball. I'm aggressive. I'll try to catch every ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as a batter.
As a batter,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'll have my rough nights, but most of the time I'm trying to be consistent and I'm trying to help my team out in every way possible. If there's a run out there, I'm trying to hit a sacrifice fly as far as I can so that
Mm-hmm.
that runner can score easily.
Nice, nice, nice. So let's talk about your roots. Are you from Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Okay. And what players are from Puerto Rico that were really, really good?
Francisco Lindor is like my main one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really dug deep into this, but we got Carlos Correa and Javi Baez. Yadier
Mm-hmm.
Molina, in my opinion, he's the best catcher of all time.
Okay. 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 And who's your favorite team?
Team.
Yeah.
I'm not more of a team guy. I just like watching the players play their hardest. So, but if
Mhm.
I had to say, I'd say the Braves.
The Braves. Okay. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm not a team guy either. Like, so like basketball wise or even baseball, football. My football team, I do have a team in football, but that's my hometown. But I'm the same way. I really like players. I'm really not, really like a team guy. So in 2022, right? I seen that you were trying out for a baseball team, okay? And it said it was like your second time trying out for the team.
Yep.
What happened the first time?
So what happened is kind of weird. So I was in the U above me, below me. So I had to go to
Mhm.
the U above me, but for rec for 7U.
Right, right.
And they
Okay,
were asking me to go to their travel team, but like we were new to baseball, so we just went to rec to see how it went.
okay, okay. And so explain the path of a baseball player. Like, what are you doing to get so good? Like, how does a baseball player train? Like, what things do you do in order to become a major league baseball player?
Well, first I'll get my lifts in, make sure I'll do my lift. After the lift, I'll just do some explosive works, make sure I'm still fast, still
Hmm.
being able to move at a quick pace. After
Hmm.
that, it will be skill work, whether it be pitching, glove work, hitting off the tee, going to the field,
Okay.
whether it be one of those. And then it'll be going to get good nutrition.
Tell me about your nutrition. What things are your parents feeding you?
They're feeding me a lot of protein, some carbs, like sometimes some veggies, so I can
Have a balanced plate.
have a balanced plate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so talk about the skill work. What like because I'm here learning about baseball through you. You know, I watch your Instagram, and I don't know much about baseball except what I see, you know, on TV. Talk about the skill work. What are you doing skill work wise in order to get better?
So I'll be doing these multiple drills off the tee so I can keep my swing in check.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I'm doing my field work, I'll grab a tiny glove and a tiny ball and practice catching it right in the pocket. Then I'll
Okay.
move on to a flat glove so I can practice catching with both hands, and then another tiny glove with a tennis ball, working with only my glove hand, and
Mm-hmm.
then transfers.
Okay.
Pitching, I'm not too good at it, but I'm trying to find my way. So I'll do some crow hops, some like T poses, right foot forward. I'm still kind of learning the pitching part, but we're
Mm-hmm.
getting better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what's your workout schedule? Like, how do you work out every single day?
Yeah, mostly every single day.
Every single day.
Yeah, whether it be a
Okay.
light one or a heavy one.
Okay. So go through a workout on a light day.
A light day would be less of a lift and more as a plyometric training,
Mm-hmm.
where I'd go more like where I'm touching the ground very little, where I'd be like just hopsing, just hops some,
Mm-hmm.
just sprints some,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit of lift like I don't know where I would go grab the bar, the KB chops,
Mm-hmm.
one of the favorites, and use the kettlebell for some swinging.
Okay. Okay. And okay, so that's a light day.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wow. So the kettlebells, you using kettlebells on a light day?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about the hard days.
I'll go into like some heavy deadlifts, power cleans, and maybe a bench press, maybe
What?
some squats and lunges.
What? Are you serious? And how long have you been doing that for? I think it's amazing.
For about like 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Okay, all right. So I have a question. You've been playing baseball for how long?
3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years. Okay, you're 11. So have you seen yourself get much better than kids your age that's not doing what you're doing?
I think yeah.
Yeah. So
I
can you
used to be
see?
like I used to be like that kid that would just show up at tryouts, just be average, and then just next tryout they'd be all backing up so to make sure I don't hit a house or something.
Right, right. So, but why did you change? Why didn't you want to be just like a regular player and just show up? Like, what changed?
Really, it was just the drive to like be great. I wanted to make it to the majors so I could like live out my dream. Because if I'm
Right,
average, they're not gonna want me on their team.
right, right. And how hard is it to make it to the majors?
I would say really hard. I don't
Hmm.
know what the percentage is, but it's hard because there's about like 200 guys to 100, maybe even 50 guys trying to make it, and only like 20 or 50 get picked.
Right, right. So is that one of the reasons why you're training very, very hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so who's helping you? Like who's supporting you on this journey of, because obviously you're 11, you're not getting up at, by yourself and doing plyometrics.
So really, it's most of me, my mom and my dad helping me. I got
Hmm.
other family members supporting me, other guys reaching out and encouraging me to keep working every day. It's really just fun to grind and see everyone happy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What do you have fun? Do you do anything outside of baseball?
Yeah, sometimes I'll go with my friends and shoot some basketballs.
Okay, okay. Uh, how good are you at batting? How far can you hit the ball at 11 years old?
315 feet is my max.
Hold on a second. Hold on. How old are you again? You're 11 years old?
Yeah.
And you've hit the ball 315 feet? All right. How far is a major league field? Like
About 389 or 400 feet.
okay. So almost at 11 you would be able to hit a major league home run.
Yeah.
And what's the fastest pitch that you would be able to hit?
72, I think.
72. Okay. And what's the path of a young baseball player? Okay, so you're 11. What type of team are you playing on? Do baseball players go to college or do they just get drafted? What's the path of a baseball player to get to your dreams?
I would say first you'll probably play one season of rec ball, maybe two, maybe three.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll go to like a travel ball team. If you're really good, then you'll go to a national team.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go to the All-State games.
Okay.
Then I wouldn't say you'll go out of high school. It's not like that simple. Cause then you got, once you're finished with the career, it's kind of hard to like get jobs after that.
Right.
Even if you need to.
Right.
So I would say you would go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get a scholarship for college, and then after you're done with college, try to get into the MLB draft.
Okay. So that's the path of getting to the MLB. So are you on a travel team now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that travel team, where you guys travel to?
Honestly, not even that far. It's just downtown, farther down, South Florida, maybe Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Okay.
probably that's like the 10, like how far we go. But I also play for a national team, so like this season we're gonna be traveling around the United States, like to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina.
Okay. So you're on a travel team and also a national team?
Yep.
So did they pick you? Like did they say, "Hey,
Yeah.
yeah." So it is and this is probably a question for your mom. It's probably pretty hard to get on those teams. You have to be really good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the game that you had today. let's talk about today's game because you weren't happy about it. Tell me a little bit about the game.
The game didn't really go well for me on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, it was not bad. It was pretty good. I didn't have any errors. I made the right play. But on the offense, I went 1 for 4.
Okay.
But I did have two RBIs.
Okay.
And 2 stolen bases.
Right. Well, that sounds like a pretty good game, actually. Okay, so in baseball, what do they say? Like if you bat what average, you're a Hall of Famer. It's like what is that number? I can't remember the number.
It's like 300.
It's like 300, right?
Yeah.
So out of 10, if you hit 3 times, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Right? So you didn't do that bad, right? What do you do? What do you do when you have those type of games, right? Like, how do you fix your mentality to go into the next game and be better?
Also, I just think about what I did wrong and just try to correct it the next game.
And what do you think you did wrong today where you weren't able to hit at your highest level?
I was probably just dropping my barrel too much and swinging at pitches that I shouldn't have, and they were just pumping me outside, and I couldn't swing because I thought it was a ball, but the umpire kept calling a strike, so I have to swing. I have to adjust to that, and I didn't adjust. So that's why I had like that bad game that I should have done. Should have had a good game if I had adjusted to it.
Okay, let's talk about that a little bit more. Okay, so because you said dropping your barrel. Okay, I don't know what that is. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So usually you want your barrel to be like just slightly down, but I was
Hmm.
going a little too much.
Okay,
And it
okay,
was just making the ball go up instead of forward.
okay, okay, okay. And when you say you didn't make the adjustments, normally what adjustments would you make in order to be able to, to hit the ball?
Usually I would have just made my approach swing level and be short to the ball.
Okay, okay. And when you're going up to bat, right? Because it's a duel between you and the pitcher, right? What's your mindset?
Honestly, I'm doing that classic yes, yes, no, where you're swinging until you see it's a ball.
Wow. Okay. 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 Interesting. Interesting. And I'm learning a lot from you. I'm learning a lot from you. This is great. So, do you study the pitchers as they're when you're getting ready? Are you looking and are you studying what type of pitches they like to do? Um, how are you processing that?
First, I pick up their arm slot. So if they're throwing like like very high arm angle, the ball's
Mhm.
not gonna cut. It's just going to go straight.
Okay.
And their curveball isn't gonna move more horizontally. It's gonna go up and then down.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
If they have a lower arm slot, like sidearm, their curveball is gonna go very horizontally,
Okay.
and then their fastball is gonna have a lot of cut. So that's just something to think about when you're hitting, because that makes it easier to see their fastball. Because if their fastball, you don't know if it's gonna cut or it's just going straight. You're gonna get gassed up and you're not gonna be able to hit the ball.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. I think you just gave some tips to some younger batters. And are you learning this as you go as you continue to practice? Like, are you learning this like as you go?
Yeah,
So when because this is pretty high level stuff, right?
yeah.
Um, how long did it take you to start learning to adjust to these different things?
It took like a lot of off the tee work. Cause if I can't do it off the tee, I can't do it with the ball moving. And
Okay.
then you just gotta like when you're in your downtime, when you have nothing to do, just think about what you're gonna do in that game.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if you're
So
not thinking about it, you can't do it.
right, right. So yeah, I want to talk about the mentality because obviously you do a lot of physical work. You're weight training, you're on the tee. You said you're doing a lot of skill work with the glove and things like that. Talk about the work that you're doing mentally to prepare yourself for games.
So mentally preparing for my game, the weight room really prepares your mind, and like before the game, the weight room's got you prepped,
Mhm.
and just listening to songs about God just gives you hype. So like
Nice,
you're
nice.
not if you don't have like the motivation to do it, just don't do it. So like that's why I want to get myself motivated.
Hmm. Hmm. Nice, nice. That's great stuff. That's great stuff. And who's helping you with your mentality? Like how do you have this mentality at 11 years old to train so hard, right? To mentally be good, and then also to adjust and as far as like IQ, because your IQ is pretty high as well.
So I got this good book about mentality for Christmas, and I'm starting to read it.
Hmm.
And then after that, just before that, was my parents just helping me get my mental right. My dad wants me to go farther than he did, and
Mhm.
that's what I want to pursue. And my mom just working hard, so I just want to work hard just like her.
Absolutely, absolutely. So your dad used to play,
Yeah,
and what position did he play?
he played second base
He plays second base. Okay. And how much are you learning from your dad?
a lot. Most of the stuff I learned was from him. Like
Oh,
literally, all of it was from him.
wow. Okay. Awesome. And how far did your dad play? Like how far did
High
he go?
high school.
High school. Okay. Okay. So he's supporting you and helping you get better every day.
Yep.
What time what let's talk about school. Let's talk about school. Do you go to a regular school like regular kids?
Yeah.
Okay, so what time do you train for baseball? Is it after school, before school, like
After school, cause like before school, I gotta eat. It takes me a long time. I'm a slow eater, I'll admit it. But
okay.
after school is my time to grind,
Hmm.
and it's just I get home from school at like 3,
Hmm. Hmm.
and from that it's eat and go work out till 7.
Oh, okay. So and that is that every day?
Yeah,
You're working every day. It,
yeah,
except when you have games.
yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. Um so let's talk about the travel team, right? A little bit. How long have you been on the travel team for, and how long have you been on the national team for?
The national team I just started. The travel
Okay.
team I've been on after my first season.
After your first season.
So
Your
I've
first season.
been with them for a long time.
You've been with them for a long time. And how would you say your skill set is and your IQ is in comparison to, because you're seeing a lot of other shortstops, how would you say you match up with other shortstops that you've been seeing around the country?
I would say I'm pretty compared with them.
Hmm.
The elite ones I'm pretty compared with. The good ones they show their IQ pretty well.
Hmm. Okay. So do you believe that you can be elite?
If I keep working hard, yes, I think I can.
Absolutely. I think you can too. I think you can too. Anything else that you want to tell the world about yourself that I did not ask you? Think about it. It's okay. We think about it. This is because look, this is your first interview, so I want people to know who you are, Harold, right? So
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 like one
tell
thing
me.
is like it's just not always going up. Sometimes you're gonna hit a plateau where you're just gonna stay flat and maybe even go down. But
Hmm.
you have to remember just to keep going back up. So that's one thing that happened to me. I stayed on a plateau once,
Hmm.
and and I just kept going, and that's how I got to my level.
Yeah. Okay, I have another question to ask you. What challenges do you have in continuing to get better?
One of them was like my hitting just wasn't developing at one time. It was just things the same, and I want to keep getting better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So how did you get through that slump? That's what they call it, right? A slump, right?
Yeah. So I just kept. So I just went to social media and searched up how to get back up from a plateau, and I just followed what it said. And sometimes tips help you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, I cannot wait to continue to watch your journey, man. So I want to talk to your mom and ask her some questions about your athletic journey. And then I'm going to bring you back, and then we're going to play a game of who knows more. It's a little competition between you guys, you and your mom. And so I'll see you in the next segment, okay? I'm Haas. I'm the founder of All Dream Sports. And if you are a parent with an elite athlete, or if you are an elite athlete, I'm inviting you to get on a call with me so I can help you advance your sports journey. Sports is much more than what happens on the floor, especially in 2025. And myself, I'm a former athlete, former Division I player, also a former professional player in Argentina. And now I've turned a founder, an entrepreneur. I went from being an athlete to entrepreneurship. The sports journey is so important. I built All Dream Sports to help athletes capture their journey, also build a community, but have the education of sports, the education of building your sports journey. Our community is $99 lifetime to have your sports journey captured, build a community that will support you so you can earn money. But not only that, we give you the education in things like documenting your sports journey, detailed plans for your child's sports journey, the changing landscape of sport, life lessons from playing sports, and our new curriculum, Storytelling for Athletes 2025, Personal Branding for NIL, and Monetizing in 2025. You can't get on calls with the founders of Instagram, YouTube, but you can get on a call with me because I handpick our athletes. We're here to support 1 million athletes worldwide, and I invite you to join our community at All Dream Sports. All right, guys. So this segment is called the Meet the Parents segment. Okay, where I talk to the parents of these athletes because I want to know what's driving these kids. Right? Harold is 11 years old, and he's really, really good, and he's training like a professional right now. When did all of this start? So first off, the first question I want to ask you guys to do is, kind of introduce yourself and tell me who you are, both, your husband and you, where you guys are from, so the world can know who you guys are.
Yeah. I'm Irene. We both come from Puerto Rico. Actually, I'm a doctor.
Okay.
He said I help him because I'm obesity and metabolic physician.
Okay.
And here's Harold. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
He probably would like me to introduce him because he speaks English, but he just he gets the stage fright. But Harold Ramirez from Puerto Rico too.
Okay.
He works in mainly business, but since he works from home, he has like more time to kind of work on the physical portion of Harold as well.
Right.
And we can talk about later, how he has built our environment for Harold to train.
Yeah, I've seen that. And so is that your home?
Yeah, that's our home. We started with minimum, bare minimum. A lot of things. From the neighbors that they'll put it on the neighborhood page, like, oh, I'm getting rid of this marketplace. Some of the things, of course, we wanted, and we bought them. But slowly, it has taken us. We have been building that gym since 2017, so it was not an overnight thing.
Wow. Wow.
And slowly adding some, every tool that we feel like is going to help us and help Harold, we explore it, we buy it, we try it.
Mm-hmm. So how did you guys know the trainings to do to help him get as good as he's getting? How do you know to do that? I know your husband was a baseball, he played baseball as well, but how do you know to these skills to how to train him?
So it's multifactorial. Definitely most of it has come from him because he trained, so he has that experience.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we know a lot of people. We know physical therapists. We know chiropractors, trainers. We've had friends that are trainers in Puerto Rico. Every time we travel, we go to their gyms. They send us routines also for Harold to do. Harold forgot to mention, but apart from the training that he does at home, he does go once or twice a week to a gym that we
Okay.
have in Jacksonville that it's specifically for athletes, and they work on like they get all the metrics at the beginning. They work on strength and powerlifting, speed and agility. And
Mhm.
then, every month they're evaluating their progress.
Mhm.
So, of course, we have a lot of coaching, and then he has like homework to do at home.
Yeah.
We bought a lot of books, and he also forgot to mention generally, Harold likes to read a lot.
Mhm. Wow.
And I mean, we have not only baseball, we have football books, but we also have the mindset books, and we also have all of these like strength training books that will have different routines for specific baseball movements.
Right. Right.
So kind of a lot of things again that over time we've added
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we've learned. And some of the routines that he does at home, apart from getting them from coaching or his dad, we also get them from the books.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot. It's really in depth. And I'm saying that because when I think baseball and I think a 11-year-old baseball player, I just think a kid showing up for a game on Saturday.
That's what we
Right.
thought we were going to do as well. But, Harold was the one who started. Like, he wanted to get better. He was always hungry for that knowledge to do more.
Mhm.
So, people will see him in social media and they feel like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. But they don't know that there's, again, a lot of things, including, again, physical therapists and, all of these people that are telling us if, um, the movements are correct. When he started, he was not lifting, that much weight. It was just
Right.
like with a
Right.
plain, like, bar, but very, or a tube or foam tube, or,
Yeah.
he was learning the movements, the mechanics, because again, I'm a physician as well, so I didn't want him to get injured.
Right. Right.
Um, and basically, we are doing this also because we want to prevent injuries.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
we're thinking of a lot of things, and it's just we are not the ones telling him to do it. He's the one asking us all of these things that he wants to do, and we've been very supportive about it because he initially, again, we thought, okay, this is just for fun, discipline,
Yeah.
just get him to play sports, but
Yeah.
he's getting very serious about it.
Yeah. And then the social media stuff. Like, were you guys social media people at all?
Not at all, but he's a
No.
businessman. And
Okay.
he started with this idea that, I want to create this account just because I want to document his journey.
Right. Right.
And same thing, it started something like fun, and now it's still fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's more into documenting like everything, just his journey. And we feel that, Harold, showing his journey, he's also showing the world and other kids. He gets other kids inspired. He gets messages every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he
We can
kind
talk
of
about
likes that as well, and that's why
it. Yeah.
he, wants every day he wants more.
Right. So yeah. So let's talk about that. He's 11 years old and he's inspiring other kids, right? Like you guys as parents, like how cool is that?
Very cool. But at the same time, it's a little bit scary, just because I mean he's 11,
Yeah, he's
and
11.
as you can see from the time you have spoken to him, he said I had a bad day. He's very perfectionist, so he puts a
Yeah.
lot of pressure on himself because he wants to be perfect. And I always tell him, I mean, we're gonna have good days and bad days, and some you can see on the social media posts sometimes he will put things like, "Oh, today was not my best day," and he'll put things, "Oh, I'm working harder on this because I failed on this." So he also wants to show that part. That's the way we feel. he's also learning.
Right.
So again, it's fun, but at the same time, it's making sure we're protecting him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dad, let's talk to you for a second.
Please.
Tell me.
About your baseball, your baseball career. You play second base, right? So you know a lot of the things that he's supposed to do, and to help him get better. But he didn't start right away. He started a little bit later, because I guess when you guys moved to another neighborhood, then those kids were playing baseball. Yeah. So how fun was it for you to that he said, I want to play baseball now?
My gosh.
It was different.
This moment, I so happy.
Yeah.
But in the process, well, we got a challenge with
Him.
him. So he's le gusta perfeccionar.
But the question is more not him, but
Yeah, but por eso, por ahí que voy. So, a él le gusta ser
he
perfeccionar.
wants to be perfectionist
Y yo también.
and he's too. So his process, it was fun, but at the same time, he's just like him.
Right. Okay. So were you were like that when you played as well?
Well, I think I play well.
Yes.
So we.
But you didn't train like him, and that's
I-
why
yeah.
you're doing this for him.
So when
Yeah.
I play, I don't have extra coaches. Only the coach of the team.
Mm-hmm.
I never have training for batting or pitching. So in my mind, I'm trying help everything for he.
Right.
So
Right.
I never get workout for my body. So every week I have multiple lesion injuries. My knee, pain in my knee or my arms. So I try, pass the same with me.
Right.
That's correct.
Right.
You don't want him to pass the same thing you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he
Yeah.
played, it was a lot different. He didn't have that much. I mean, his parents were supportive, but he didn't have that extra. It was just
Right.
go play, like you said, and that was it.
Right. So for you, how fun is it to be doing this with your son?
Fun is doing it with Harold.
It's really funny when he hit a home run. It's super funny. And I say, I'm doing my work.
So let's talk about his dreams, right? His dreams is to go to the MLB, right? What's the path to get there for somebody like Harold?
¿Cuál es el camino para llegar a MLB?
No lo sé,
Yeah.
porque yo no llegué, pero mi mente no es que él llegue a MLB, sino que tengo un scholarship.
He said we're fairly new to this. Again,
Yeah.
we don't know, and again, we were not raised in the United States, so we will need some guidance. I know he says he wants to get to the MLB, and we're going to be very supportive of that. But
Yeah.
right now, what we want him is at least to get a scholarship. And after that, whenever he wants to go, we'll just support him. So again, we don't know the path. We know here and there, but I think we're not there yet. He knows more than us.
Kids, they have these things right here, and they're able to search all of these things, all of this information that's just on the internet, especially like somebody like your kid like your son. I'm sure he's looking at all of this baseball stuff, and it's
All the
so
time.
much out
That's
there.
all he
He's just
watches.
learning. Yeah,
That's all he watches, just baseball.
yeah, exactly. So you guys are new to this, and do you know the things that are going on as far as like colleges paying players and all of these things that's happening? What's your take on that? Because it's a two-part question, because I see how you guys are doing in social media, and you're doing a very, very, very good job at it, right? are you molding this story for later, like so people can watch that journey and making it entertaining for those reasons to for him to be attractive for people to get to give him a scholarship?
So no, again, or it's just for him initially it was like a hobby just to, share his journey. And Harold also likes it because again he inspires others and all of that. So
Mhm.
mainly not, it's just that without that intention,
Right.
he other people have been able to see him and reach out to us. And again, that was not the intention, but it has happened that way. um, I want to say it had all started. So he's on a travel ball team, right?
Mhm.
And I do feel like it started when we wanted to have fun, and we got the invitation for like the national state championship tryout. And
Right.
we're like,
Right.
oh, we just want to know. Because again, we were like, he's not going to make it, but let's see how he goes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
went there, and I feel like that way, like everybody saw him.
Right.
And
Right.
after that, it started like the following. Oh, let me follow this player. He was selected. He went and played for Florida. Next year, he did the tryout again, and he made the team for Puerto Rico.
Wow.
And it's just like a network that happened. I want to say like it was organic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, not the intention, but that's
Yeah.
the way it happened. Ours right now, again, we we just go by the way it is. He has to go to a travel team. Now he has opportunity to do the national team.
Yeah.
Um, there's another team as well. So we've we've done this. I know they look at the PG. It's too early. It's not time for showcase or anything like that at this point. But I
Yeah.
guess the way it's moving right now, they're not only looking at that. I guess they're also looking at what's how hard they're working, and that's the way we can document how hard it's working.
Right. So he has to be selected for like national team and travel team and things like that.
Yeah, so for the travel team, we've done the tryout, and we've been on that team for a long, long time.
Mhm.
And for the national team, it was more of an invitation he
Okay.
received to, because the coaches they have seen him in these other tournaments, so it
Right.
was a direct invitation.
Wow. Wow. How good is Harold?
Huh?
How good is your son? So
I
okay.
mean, as parents, you're
Yeah.
asking the wrong guys because
Wow.
because we're not one of those that we feel like he's the best.
Mhm.
Working every day.
Yeah, we always tell him like um you're average, and sometimes we want him to play at this high level so he has this reality check. I mean, there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of
Yeah. Yeah.
great kids out there.
Mhm.
So we're always on the side of you have to work hard. You have to work hard, and not like you are the best. And no. So again, I think the ones who will judge him the most are, it's gonna be us.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So when I'm asking that, you guys are traveling, you guys are seeing a lot of different kids. How is he comparing? Because you and also you're putting in, he's doing a lot of work. You guys are doing a lot of work. Um, how is his comparison as far as the level that you're seeing as he gradually goes along to other kids in the same, along the way?
Okay, gotcha. So if we usually, and that's part of what dad does, right? He always will go with him and look at his numbers,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And he always looks at the ends of the season, and yeah, he will always have that first or second position in the stats. So I
Mhm.
know that's but again, we also discuss what's going to happen next. So same thing. For example, today, he said, I didn't have a good day. And again, compared to the day, I mean, he can bat 10. how many?
4 4.
4 to 4, like 1,900.
Right.
He can have that average. He can stay above 600. You know, he's like that, but he may have those tournaments,
Mhm.
here and there that it will be, less than 300, right?
Okay. Okay.
Um, so again, those are the ones that I really like because I
Right.
want him to have that reality check that not to be laid back and train. And then
Right.
I tell him, hey, and that's why he told you about me working very hard because this costs a lot of money, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he sees us like working really hard for him to get, you know, um, the pitching coach, this gym that he goes,
Mhm.
apart from all of this cost of traveling, and I tell
Yeah.
him, if
Yeah.
I'm going to do all of this for you, you have to do your job. So at that point, yes, we kind of, he's a kid, but we
Yeah.
always tell him, if I'm doing all of these sacrifices and working really hard for you to get all of this training, I need you to put the work.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. From when he started to now, what have you seen as far as his progress?
You know,
Tell him.
it's the same number.
He's always
Always
been good.
is top.
He's a top.
Top. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best one as a top one, top two.
Hmm.
No,
I could say
no looks.
consistency,
Yeah,
maybe more consistent.
no, it's the same. So when you go up the age, you know
Yeah.
your stat go down,
Go
right?
down. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, but for his age, it's really good.
Right.
So at that level, batting 400, 300 is really good. So he
Keeps.
take that number. So 400. One tournament he can play batting 800.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so
What was
that's why we did only one season of rec. And again, we just started rec, and then they told us, like, no, he has to do travel. And we were like, no, he's not that. We just
right?
started.
So
Right.
we
Somebody else saw what his potential.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so
So, Dimi,
no, yeah, go ahead.
no, tell me. Tell me.
¿Qué quieres decir?
No, so his mind is all tournament made his work. So make your
100%.
your 100%. So maybe in 5 turn hit to hit is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrong, wrong. Take extra bases. So I think my mind is the numbers no reflejan siempre la realidad.
The numbers will not reflect the reality because sometimes, again, even if he's not batting that good, he will do
He'll do
other
other, he'll,
stuff. Yeah.
he'll do
Yeah,
other things like you said like
I, I,
he's
I
yeah
yeah
like one,
I say que
yeah
los números mienten
Yeah,
sometimes.
the numbers doesn't reflect the reality. Is
yeah
he not only tells him about the numbers, but the whole work he did.
right
And usually his
Yeah,
numbers are
yeah.
consistently.
So like the one for four, but then the two stolen bases, the two RBIs. So it's a collective of things that he also did well outside of the one for four. So I understand what you're saying. This is inspiring. This is inspiring. Um, please give some value to other parents that's going to be watching your journey along this
um,
way. Uh,
ellas van detrás de nosotros
both
ahora,
you know
siguiendo.
both here in America and also back in Puerto Rico, because I think this is amazing, because you guys are a family and you're doing this together. Please give some value to other families that's going to be on the same journey as you guys.
Definitely. So I would say one thing that I've learned is that at the beginning, even as at this young age, you always hear all the parents saying, "Oh, this is for fun. They're not going to be like major league baseball players,
Mhm.
kind of, they put everything down. And
Right.
I felt, I mean, my kid told me that was his dream, and I didn't put him on the side and said, no, you have to do this. So I have a different mentality, and I said, no, I mean, it could be for fun, but he really wants to, pursue a higher level of competition. So no, then I'm gonna support him, and I'm also gonna want him. I'm always gonna be the one who will want him to work harder, and not like, oh no, that's totally fine. I will tell him, yeah, it's fine, but now how are we going to fix this? And we're always going to be working on that. So again, don't just put aside his dreams and say, no, this is not what it is. Just believe in them and
Mhm.
support them, and educate yourself on how to help them. Don't try to do this by yourself. Again, we've reach out to many people to ask for help. I want to mention also his coaches are very supportive.
Mhm.
So just make sure you're on a team that is very supportive of your players' growth. So
Right.
for example, our coach, I mean, is he has open door policy. Like if I feel, I sometimes even he won't hear his dad the same as he will hear his coach. So if I feel like there's a struggle, I will always go to his coach and ask for help.
Okay.
And if it wasn't also for his support, we were not able to play in different teams. Like he's on a travel team, and we have straight rules about when we play with them and when we play with the national teams, no conflicts, and always have that open communication with your coaches, because they are the ones. I mean, if you select a good coach that is going to work for the best interest of your player,
Right.
that's definitely another thing. So again, I have a lot of things to say, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
say those are the most important things.
Those are the most important things. So my last question is like, how do you guys like keep him consistent with like the training and everything? Like it seems like a factory. Like like it seems like a factory, and I love that you guys are supporting his dreams, because it seems like that's what he really wants. And it's not you guys pushing him either. It's him. It's him. He wants it. He wants it, and you guys are like, hey, if you want that, we're going to support you 100%. But he's also 11. So kind of explain how you guys keep him consistent
Mhm.
on that path.
Yeah.
If you can add a little, if you can add a little bit of value there for
Oh
parents.
yeah, definitely. So we're very organized on routines. So as you ask him about school and how do he train. So basically, I want to say we are lucky because Harold is one of those that we don't have to ask him to do stuff. He will do everything by himself.
Right.
So for example, if he needs to wake up early for school, he puts the alarm. He will wake up.
Wow.
I don't have to be like, hey, Harold, you have to wake up, you have to go to school, get your things. No, no, no. He will do it like night before. He will
Right.
have all of his clothing ready, everything ready. He will put the alarm. Next day, he will wake up, and he knows after he gets dressed and all of that, he needs to have a good breakfast. That we don't skip that. So we're very also the schedule includes also nutrition. So he will
Right.
have that. Then he'll go to school, depending on the days.
Mhm.
So when he gets home, he eats. He will. Oh, he
He get
eats.
lunch.
So at lunch in his school, he will eat. At lunch, it's always food from home.
Oh,
Always.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
always food from home that his dad will prepare, and he has his lunchbox. He goes to school. When he comes home, he will eat again, and
Mhm.
then after some rest, and that's like his downtime. Like if he's eating, he may be he may watch those like baseball videos and things like that.
Mhm.
He kind of gets inspired, and then
Yeah.
he either will go to the gym or his baseball practice, or then he will work out at home.
Right.
And then he
Okay.
has a time frame for that.
Mhm.
After that, he'll get a shower, he'll have dinner, and then after that, he has to do school stuff. So the
Okay.
school that he has, he doesn't have much homework, but again, I don't have to tell him like, hey, you have to take time to read now to do your. They have some learning programs in online that he has to do. I don't know, 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Hmm.
So he same thing. He will put an alarm and he will read a book straight for 1 hour or whatever he needs to do.
Wow.
He'll get that done, and by I will say 9:30 at the latest, like we're bedtime routine, and he'll go to sleep.
Okay.
So he'll prepare his things for the next day. So that's kind of the routine.
Okay.
Um, and over the weekends we do have more time, and we also like to do like family workouts. So if
Hmm.
I'm off, I'm not at the hospital, and we'll do that. There are
Okay.
some days he does have kid time, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes he will do his workout for an hour or two, and
Hmm.
then if there's kids, because we live in a cul-de-sac, so all the kids are there, he will
Okay.
train, and then when he's done, then he will go and play with the kids. He
Right.
can play football, basketball, run bicycle. He does all of
Yeah.
those things.
Okay.
Wave
Okay.
football. So yeah, I
Okay.
mean but it's just a routine every day. So we are not one of those that we're always going out and doing some stuff. It's most of our things are at home.
At home. Okay. But it starts from a very, very consistent routine.
Hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm amazed with watching your guys' journey, and I can't. I just want to continue to watch that journey. Uh, you guys are on to something very, very special. Not just him as a player, okay? Like when we choose to talk to athletes and parents, it's more than just this kid is a great player. I want to highlight families, that are doing the right thing in supporting their kids to try to get to their dreams, because it's so important. It's so important, and that's how Harold will ultimately probably get to his dreams, right? Because the things that you guys are doing, the things that you guys are implementing, not just the training, the nutrition, the mentality, the money that you guys are spending, being with him, all of those things as a collective, and you guys are inspiring the many people by doing it. So I would say, is it anything that you guys want to say in this last meet the in this meet the parents segment, and then we can go to a few questions and have that little competition. Any things that I didn't cover that you guys would want to share with the world?
Okay.
Anything that you want to say?
Mm,
You sure?
mm.
I can't think of it. I think you covered pretty much, or I just, from one thing went to the other. I
Yeah.
try to cover everything.
He's really good brother.
Oh, he's also a really good brother. So,
Oh, okay. Tell me.
Big brother.
so again, I think we're blessed with him, just because again, not because he's my son, but I feel like he excels on everything he wants to do, not only um as a player, but as a student. We also get, so that's another, well, that's a good point. That's a good
He
point.
got the honor.
So
He
yeah,
got the honor.
so he not only, because sometimes you see the players only concentrated on sports, but Harold, he does very well at school. Like I always get messages from the teachers like, whatever you're doing at home, continue to do. I mean, you have a great kid. um so he said something about social media, but it will sound like he's on social media, but he's not. He has very little screen time.
Okay.
Most of his social media is managed by his dad. So we kind of control what time and what he can see, and usually it's just sport.
Mhm.
He may have screen time with PlayStation, and the only games that he has is like sports. It's basketball or
Okay.
baseball. So we do, as parents, we do have him in this little bubble that has
Right.
not bursted yet.
Right.
So even if you feel like, he's there in social media, or even in this interview, the way he
Yeah.
acts and talking very confident, but he's still he's a very good kid. So again, at school, at home with his sister, we have another no, 4-year-old. It's almost
Okay.
5.
Okay.
And in all of those aspects, I think we're not building just a player, but just a great person for the world. That's our aim.
Absolutely.
He talked about God as well, because
Yes.
we also work on his spiritual
Mhm.
like mindset as well. So his favorite songs are either like Santi or Forrest
Yeah.
Frank, and
Yeah.
he's inspired by that, and he's very, again, we try to cover all the bases, and again, it feels like a lot, but I think that's what it will make a great person overall, and not only just a player.
Yeah. I agree. He did. He said he listens to his religious songs. Uh, do you guys catch any flack where people say he's too young to be doing this?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the
I,
time.
I I don't agree with them. I think you're doing a wonderful job because when you talk about the person, raising a well-rounded person.
Traducirlo.
Yeah.
So he wants to say something.
So,
Yeah.
dile que a pesar de que él piensa que tuvo un mal día y estábamos dudando de hacer la entrevista, yo le dije, tienes que hacerlo porque si tú piensas ser un MLB player, esto es parte de ser un MLB player.
So yeah, we get that all the time. As part of my career, I got a lot of trainings, and basically I'm always thinking outside the box, right? That's what it's going to make you stand, um, or make you like thrive, or pursue, higher level of competition.
Mhm.
And so even though I may hear, all this counseling or opinions, but I'm just focused on, thinking outside the box. And again, it's with a lot of help that we do this. So he was saying, for example, today, one of the things, he had a bad day, what he can call a bad day. And we were thinking, like, should we do the podcast today because he had a bad day? And we were like, yes, this is part of it. So even having bad days, we also want him to talk about it. And if he wants to be an MLB player after a bad game, you have to do a conference, right? So it's part of the training. And I think that helps him.
Yeah.
And again, we'll always look different ways for him to be better. I Right now I'm not gonna push him or force him to do something that I don't think he can't do, right?
Right.
So I know his age, he's my child, so I know his limits. So of course, if there's something, I'm always gonna be protecting him. If I feel that something he cannot do, yes, I'll be the first one to say no, we're not gonna do it. So we push him through the limits that we know he can handle.
Right. Absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so let's play a little game real fast. Let's. Hi. Thank you for joining the All Dream Sports podcast, which is sponsored by All Dream Sports mobile app. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It's for athletes to capture their complete sports journey in one dedicated place. Capture it, store it, build a community, and earn money with All Dream Sports. So if you have hundreds of videos on your camera roll that no one's ever going to see of your child's sports journey, you can organize it with the All Dream Sports mobile app. But that's not it. Also, have your child athlete build a community of people that's going to subscribe to their Dreamers Vault. And anytime someone subscribes to your child's Dreamers Vault to watch their complete sports journey, your child earns money. So you can use it for fundraising as well. I want to ask you guys some questions about, so it's a little game. So Mom, can you come in? Can you move in just a tad bit?
Wait a second.
Yeah, you guys can get a little bit closer. Okay, so how do you guys want to do it? Because normally it's the parent against the athlete. Okay, so so do you want to go against both of your parents?
Oh, I'm cooked then. I'm definitely losing.
No, you can do it.
They
But you
know
might-
better than I know myself.
You might not though. You might. Okay, Harold. Let me tell you a little bit of secret. The kids normally win.
See?
Oh, maybe I got a chance.
I think you do. Okay, so who wants to start? The parents or you, Harold? You want to go first, or you want to? You
I'll
want?
start.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay. So, all right. Two-part question for each of your parents. Okay. I mean, it's for you, but different. What was your mom's proudest moment of you playing baseball so far?
There's a, I'm in between a couple.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna say. I would say when I made the first time the All-State team.
Okay. Okay.
Like, cause like no one, it was always the same kids, and that was just that one new kid
Okay.
that made it.
Okay. So Mom, is he correct?
He's correct. So it's that one on the Puerto Rico team.
Okay. All right. So Harold, we still got to give you a point. Okay. So, Dad, what is your dad's proudest moment of you so far? If it's different from that one.
Probably my first Grand Slam. My farthest hit ever was the Grand Slam. I'll say that one.
Look, he just lit up, and you got it correct. So, is he correct?
Yeah.
The Grand
Yeah.
Slam
The
was.
Grand Slam.
Yeah.
That was actually
Okay.
crazy.
The
Alright,
Grand
so-
Slam. The Grand Slam is the homer for 300.
Oh, okay. That was the one he hit for 300.
Yeah.
Wow, that's major, bro. That's major. All right, so Harold, we got to give you 2 points for that one. All right. All right. Okay, so this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one because you're going to have to guess. What was your dad's batting average when he played?
Okay, he's always saying he has a very high batting average. I
Okay.
don't know what counted as high when he played. And I don't know if it was Little League or high school, so I won't pretend it's high school. I'm gonna say it was like 400.
Go
Okay.
down. Go down.
200. 200.
200.
Lead it up. I don't remember.
250.
Maybe
Oh,
But-
okay.
tell a number.
Maybe 3.
300.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna give you a point on that one, but remember, you
Nah,
still have to.
don't give me a point. Don't give me a point.
Okay.
It's
So
fair.
okay. All right. Okay. So I didn't ask you what school you would want to attend, right? Or what team that you would want to play on. Okay. But what team would your dad in the major leagues? What team would your dad want you to play for?
I think we had this conversation like 2 months ago about teams he would want me to play for.
Okay.
I think one of them that he said was the Mets.
Ooh.
Well,
The Yankees?
no.
No.
Ah.
He's saying
We
we lost.
lost.
I don't have
A team.
a team.
He just had a team, but like,
I have-
tenemos ese conversación de los equipos que fueron los que
Yeah.
fueron mejor.
Yeah.
Well, he said, I can say what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At that point,
In the last, I'm from Boston. Like Boston.
He's a Boston
So it would be the Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Okay. All right. So Harold. All right. So you got 2 points. Okay. So we have 3 questions for your parents. Okay. Now we'll turn it over to them. Let's see. If your 2 points will hold up so you can win the game. Okay. All right. So if Harold was offered a brand deal by these brands right here, which brand would Harold want to be a part of? Okay. Jordan, Yeezy, New Balance, Adidas, or the Nike brand. Out of those 5 brands, Harold, you have the answer. Okay, you have it in your head. Okay.
I will say one, you said the other.
Él no se deja llevar por las marcas.
I know he doesn't. He's not like a brand guy. However, I will say, Jordan or Nike.
No,
Wait.
gotta say one. No, only one.
Jordan. I will say Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan.
Jordan is Jordan. Is Jordan. I'm taking Jordan's.
Okay, good job. Okay, so 2-1. Two to 1. All right. What song is Harold listening to for motivation? One song. What is that song he's listening to?
All night.
I can I answer?
Yes.
Blessed and Chosen.
Yes.
Okay.
They only know it because I played all night.
All night and repeat.
Okay.
It's only 20 minutes.
It's not all night. It's before sleeping.
Yeah, it's before sleeping. It's just 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. So 2-2. 2-2. All right. Last question. All right. What part of training does Harold least like to do?
Oh. I think I have it. Wait. Let me see. He told me about which he didn't like.
I am a drink.
No, it's not. Oh, shoot. It's gonna be a tie. Because he usually likes everything. But there's one thing he didn't like. I'm just trying to think what it was.
The core.
The burpees.
No.
All right,
I
tell
don't
me,
know.
Harold.
Upper body.
Upper body?
Yes. I don't like upper
I wouldn't.
body.
Yeah, I was not gonna guess that one. Because
All
he
right.
does it. Like he likes it, but so
Really?
Nuh-uh.
he doesn't like it.
I
But
only do it because I have a weak upper body.
Okay, so we have a tie. Harold, Harold Jr., are you accepting the tie?
Yeah. It's better just
he doesn't want to.
Okay. We can end on a tie. You guys both did very, very well. Thank you guys for joining the All Dream Sports podcast. It's a really pleasure talking to you guys. Tell everyone where they can find you.
H.A. Ramirez, I think.
H.A.
H. That was on Instagram, and on YouTube you can find me as H.A. Coking.
Awesome, and we will put the information right there. Tell me about that right there. Tell me about that sweatshirt.
So we're growing as a content creator,
Mm-hmm.
and then my dad had the idea to team up with these guys that make like merch, and my dad makes the designs and they just make the sweater.
Okay. And where can people buy those?
You can go to my Instagram, and then you'll find it as one of the links.
Awesome. Parents, any last words that you want to say, and then we'll let Harold close it out.
I just wanted to say thank you because I want to say this is our first experience. Again, as parents, very protective. We're like, okay, yes, we're gonna do it. We had a very busy schedule, so I really want to thank you because it was very, very fun to do.
Yeah.
as a first time. So thank you.
Thank you. Dad, anything that you want to add? You know, you're the man. You know, you're the guy, man. You're the guy.
I'm trying.
Absolutely. And young Harold, man, close it out for us.
Really, I just want to say, if like the thing to remember is, if you want to be great, you just gotta work. That's all I gotta say. Just work. It's good for your mental. It's good for your body. It just makes you feel good.
Absolutely. I love it. All right, guys. So we're gonna sign off on this episode. This was a good one. It was a lot of value, man. Harold, you're special, man. You're special. Can't wait to continue to watch this journey. Thank you for watching the All Dream Sports Podcast. We would love to hear your story and possibly have you on the podcast. The We All Have Dreams segment with the athletes and the Meet the Parents segment with the parents. And then also, Do You Know segment. Do you know your child athlete? And child athlete, do you know your parent? Let's find out. If you're interested, please send us an email, team@alldreamsports.com. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.